From the studio to the gym, I took part in an on-campus triathlon to help fight cancer. Find out how I did.
Coming up, we'll bring you the story of a special bond between an ELN student and his sister.
And stay tuned, we'll show you how the Burlington community got a head start on Halloween. Here's a live look at downtown Elon getting ready for the day. It's about 60 degrees out there right now. Good morning, Elon. Thanks for tuning in this October 28th. I'm Ashley McGettrick.
And I'm Paige Peroso. We have a great show for you this morning. Now let's kick it off with the headlines you need to know. Katie Maraghi is in studio with your wake-up call.
An American nurse recently returned from West Africa has been released from quarantine. Casey Hickox was forcibly placed in isolation after returning to the United States earlier this month, although she didn't show any signs of Ebola at the time. New York, New Jersey, and Illinois now support controversial mandatory 21-day quarantines for health workers after they return to the United States, a move deemed excessive by the White House. North Carolina is instead adopting a 21-day monitoring system of those returning from West Africa. More updates this morning on the school shooting in Washington state. Details have emerged saying the shooter lured some of the victims to the cafeteria by text message, asking them to sit with him at lunch. He then opened fire, eventually turning the gun on himself. As of this morning, 2 are dead and 4 are in the hospital. Looking nationally, our allies are moving out. The last of British troops have left Afghanistan after a 13-year-long campaign in the country. A recent BBC poll found that 34% of Americans believe Afghanistan is now better off, with 20% saying the troops are leaving the country worse than it was in 2001. More than 400 British troops died in the conflict, with the American number coming in at more than 2,000 casualties. And with Election Day 1 week away, the North Carolina Senate race remains incredibly close. The latest NBC tracking poll has Kay Hagan and Tom Tillis in a dead heat, each polling at 43%. Tune in here on November 4th from 8 to 10 p.m., where we'll have live updates from the midterm elections throughout the night. With your wake-up call this morning, I'm Katie Maraghi.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month is coming to a close, but the issue affects Americans throughout the year. According to breastcancer.org, more than 200,000 new cases will be diagnosed just in 2014 alone. One method used to detect breast cancer is a mammogram. Our Meredith Stutz joins us live in the studio to explain when the right time for women to start routine mammograms. Meredith?
According to university physician Dr. Jeanette Archnall, 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer during their lifetime. But even with those odds, college students do not need to be screened for breast cancer. Dr. Archnall says it could do more harm than good.
The younger you are, the denser your breast tissue is, the more likely you are to see false positives, which means you then go through all the stress and worry of having unnecessary surgeries, unnecessary fear.
Dr. Archnall says that despite the varying opinions, most women should begin normal mammogram screenings and even MRI and ultrasound tests when they are in their 40s and 50s. The risk of breast cancer in your 20s is low, even with family history. But just because you don't have to worry about going through the stresses of a mammogram in college doesn't mean your body has a pass.
Don't smoke and don't date anybody who smokes. The second thing, interestingly, is if you gain weight, particularly weight gain after your 20s, and I'm not talking about a couple of pounds, but 10 to 20 pounds after your late 20s increases your risk of breast cancer. Alcohol increases
But in the meantime,
if
you feel a bump and are concerned, go and get it checked out by the health center or your professional doctor, your personal doctor, I mean. Dr. Archnall stresses the importance of being your own advocate. Meredith Stutz, ELN Morning.
Thanks, Meredith. This week, I got involved with the fight against cancer by taking part in the first ever Triathlon hosted by Colleges Against Cancer. Take a look at how the ELN team did.
34 teams gathered in the Corey Fitness Center Friday for the inaugural Triathlon. An ELN Morning put together a team of semi-athletic journalists to compete and raise money for the American Cancer Society. The event consisted of 3 parts: a 12-mile bike ride, a 250-meter swim, and a 3-mile run. After watching the first 3 heats go, Team ELN was ready for the challenge. 1, 2, 3, ELN! First up, our Gary Grumback put the pedal to the metal on the stationary bike. Just a few miles in, the fatigue began to show, but Gary continued to push on.
I've been called a lot of names. A good triathlete's not one of them.
After completing the biking portion a bit behind, Team ELN needed to make up ground in the pool. It wasn't Michael Phelps caliber swimming, but we were able to do just enough to get ourselves back in the race. It was now up to Ashley to turn on the jets for the 3-mile run.
I almost got it right on the golf cart. Almost.
Team ELN finished with a time of 54 minutes, 30 seconds, but it wasn't enough to earn a spot in the top 3. Our bodies ached, but we vowed to come back and move up in the ranks next year. Justin Beagle, Elon, Local News.
Well,
That wasn't
very nice.
How was it? I did not volunteer. I'm not athletic, not my thing. So how did you feel?
I know.
running?
Well, you did the baseball thing last week, so I took the Triathlon this week, a wonderful cause, and I actually used to run track and cross country.
Right.
So I thought I would be able to do it. Keyword thought.
Oh no.
It was hard. It was really hard.
I believe
Elon,
it.
I don't know if you've noticed, the terrain is pretty flat. And I went up like the smallest hill and I was like, this is the biggest mountain I've ever seen.
I mean, after you're tired though, sometimes you just feel
it was a speed bump.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
It was a speed bump.
You're tired though. Those things can be hard.
I know.
Oh,
and
gosh.
the GoPro, that added a lot of weight. That was hard.
Well, the Triathlon was not the only event raising money for cancer this weekend. 3 of Elon's a cappella groups took the stage at the Evening of the Arts event in Burlington. Our Paul LeBlanc hit the high notes in honor of a local reporter.
It was awesome. It was really great just to be in a big community environment where we're in the Burlington community, but we're also with the Elon a cappella community, which is a lot of fun.
Twisted Measure, Vital Signs, and Ripcord performed at the Paramount Theater Saturday night. But the event was more than just a fun concert. Last year's fundraiser raised over $8,000 for cancer research and medical expenses, a number Elon's a cappella groups are hoping to have beaten.
When you look out in the audience, you can see that what you're doing is affecting people.
The event was hosted by the Times News of Burlington, who explained that this particular fundraiser hits very close to home.
We started an Evening for the Arts in 2013 in summer, ostensibly to pay for the medical expenses of our reporter Mike Wilder, who had been diagnosed with cancer in March. Unfortunately, Mike passed away much more quickly than we figured.
Wilder died in April of 2013 at age 45, but that hasn't stopped the newspaper from keeping this fundraiser going in his name.
We decided to go ahead and continue with the fundraiser and instead have it help cancer patients who are like Mike, who had a lot of expenses, and through the ARMC Foundation, we work to do that.
The Times News plans to keep expanding the annual event to support cancer research and treatment. Even if you weren't able to make it to Saturday night's concert, you can still donate to the cause simply by contacting the Times News. Paul LeBlanc, Elon Local News.
It has just been lovely out the past couple of days. It has been so nice, and I'm hoping that Mackenzie Murray has some good news for us that the weather will kind of stay the same. Mackenzie, what's it looking like out there?
Paige and Ashley, it's feeling pretty nice out here right now. So wake up and get to college coffee, Elon. The temperatures are going to be in the 80s today, so there is no need for those scarves and jackets. With a high of 83, low of 57, and not a cloud in sight, today is the perfect North Carolina day. But don't stash those fall clothes away for too long because the cold weather will be back for the weekend. Here is your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Today and tomorrow, the highs will be in the 80s, but we will start to feel that cool fall weather coming back on Thursday and Friday, with temperatures dipping into the 60s. Saturday and Sunday, the temperature will continue to fall, leveling out into the 50s. For any Halloween plans this Friday, be prepared to bundle up because the nighttime low is 40 degrees. Aside from the cool temperatures for this weekend, it doesn't look like rain will dampen any of your Halloween festivities. So enjoy the warm weather for these next few days and make sure to stay warm this Halloween weekend. Back to you, Paige and Ashley.
Family ties. Coming up, we've got a story about one Elon student's special bond.
And stay tuned to see how the local community got an early start on celebrating the spookiest holiday of the year.
This week's selfie comes from ELN reporter Alex Day, who is studying abroad in London. But this weekend, he was traveling around, and this shot comes from a filming location where Skyfall was shot. If you think you know where Alex and James Bond have visited, comment on our Facebook page or tweet at us. The winner gets some sweet ELN morning swag.
For this week's App of the Week, Corey Shegda has something that'll help you keep track of your most valuable items. Corey?
Ashley, I don't know about you, but I always lose my stuff. That's why I suggest an app called Tile. Now, the Tile serves as a GPS device and hook or stick to any item. Personally, I keep mine on my Phoenix card. Now, once you've attached your Tile to your item, you have to download the Tile app. This allows you to see exactly where each device is, but that isn't even the best part. If your item is buried under clothes or hidden under somewhere in your apartment, you can use this sound.
We're sorry about those audio technical difficulties. I really want to hear about that app, so we are going to put it on our website.
Yes. And then
we're moving on. Sorry about that. We are going to go on to a unique bond between a brother and a sister, an ELN student. Arjat Agarwal was at the annual Buddy Walk in Greensboro to learn about how an ELN student has a special connection to the cause.
For one ELN student, the Buddy Walk hosted by the Down Syndrome Network of Greater Greensboro has become an annual tradition.
This is my 7th year doing it. My sister Bella is turning 6 this year. We went every single year, even when my mom was pregnant with her.
Cook's sister Bella was born with Down syndrome and diagnosed with leukemia a few years ago. She was forced to miss this event last year as she was in the hospital on life support.
I told myself last year, I was like, it's going to be so much better next year, and here we are, and it's just the best. And she's the love of my life. She really is.
The walk brought together nearly 20 members of Cook's family, including his mom, who over the years has noticed a special bond between her 2 children.
They're really 2 peas in a pod, very similar, very close. They don't see each other very much, but when they do, it's very memorable.
Nick has supported Bella since day one, but the generosity goes both ways.
Sometimes if I'm stressed, I'll just go home and visit her, just because the energy and the life that Bella has, it's contagious. Her smile is unlike anything else.
Just like she always has, Bella continues to overcome each obstacle in her path, and finally has made it to the finish line.
That girl is by far one of the strongest people I've known. I mean, she's been to hell and back over the last 5 years, but she's officially cancer-free, 100% in remission.
The Buddy Walk had an impressive turnout this year, but Cook feels the community can do even more.
This event brings in a lot of money for such a great cause, but I don't know, they should do more events. I really think they should, because I feel like this community is so supportive and would be willing to contribute to other things.
Arjat Agarwal, ELN Local News.
Current seniors are already giving back to ELN. The class of 2015 Senior Giving Committee is sponsoring college coffee as we speak, and joining us now is Committee Chair Allison Fox. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning and being here. So about senior class giving, I know some people are like, well, isn't my tuition giving? But can you tell us why this is different and why it's so important?
Yes, so we are doing our senior class giving campaign, and we really would like to establish alumni giving right when you're in college and kind of hopefully carry that forward. And it's so important because it helps build ELN's reputation. We already know we have a great school here, but having a good endowment just puts us on the map even more. And then with gifts, we can get new buildings as we see the construction going around everywhere. And the nice thing about ELN's giving campaign is that you can give to literally anything. There's maybe 100 different things you can put your name of your gift in, or you can do ELN's Greatest Needs. So you really can personalize your gift.
Great, and you can personalize the amount, I assume,
yes,
as well?
Yes, of course. We really encourage people to give $20.15, so our graduation year, which...
I love that.
Yeah,
that is cute.
It's nice.
I really like that.
But if you can't give that, then we'll take 5, 10, whatever, or more. We would love that as well. Yeah, we're not going to complain.
You can make 2015 into a lot bigger number.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Put some zeros
just put some more zeros.
Yes. It's good. And are there any perks of donating? I know you can literally pave the way, right, with bricks and things. What are some other perks?
Unfortunately, we're not doing bricks this year. That was a different campaign that kind of went along with it, but we are doing cool things like seniors who gave before today, they got personalized college coffee mugs. They're very cool. They're maroon with college coffee, and they have an acorn on it. And then we'll be doing things like that throughout the rest of the year. So I really encourage everyone to come to trivia tonight. We're sponsoring it. So if you make your gift, there may be perks. I know we're trying to do parking passes.
Oh, I
which
like
is
that.
a big plus.
Okay, I'm not a senior yet, but I might be coming to trivia tonight
then.
Okay, great. And if they want to take part in this, where can they go to actually make their donations?
We have a website, so online or come to trivia tonight, and there's cash, Phoenix card, whatever.
Trivia and online. We'll put that on our website too. So thank you so much for joining us, Allison. I really appreciate it. And best of luck with all the fundraising. Now we are going to move on, and when we come back, you'll hear about the colorful religious ceremony on campus this weekend. Stay tuned.
Halloween is right around the corner and people are preparing for the spookiest weekend of the year. Now, according to the National Retail Federation, consumers are likely to spend more than $7 billion on Halloween decorations, candy, and of course costumes, which is always my favorite part of Halloween. Now, this Friday, you're sure to see the black cats, the witches, and the monsters out and about, but some of the most popular costumes of 2014 are a little more original. Some people just want to build a snowman this Halloween. Elsa and Anna from Frozen are dominating the sales for children and adults. Now others are getting in the spirit by going a little orange. Costumes inspired by the hit Netflix show Orange is the New Black are new on the scene, with people looking to go as fan favorites like Piper and Crazy Eyes. Now, if you have a creative Halloween costume you think we ought to see, tweet us a picture at ELN Morning with the hashtag Elon Halloween to win some ELN Morning swag.
Some people in the Burlington community have already picked out their costumes, me included, celebrating Halloween early at the City Park's annual Dark in the Park celebration. The festivities included rides, games, and of course a costume contest, all presented by the local nonprofit groups. Area residents enjoyed the opportunity to get together and celebrate the holiday.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Anytime people can get out to socialize, it always brings a good morale to the community, and it makes people want to get out. It's good for the health. It's good to see people smile. So.
Just in time for Halloween, Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling announced that a new short story will be released on the 31st. The new spin-off story will center around Harry Potter villain and Hogwarts headmaster Dolores Umbridge. So did you read Harry Potter growing up? I didn't.
You know, at first I was like, maybe I should just say yes that I read it because people are going to judge me.
I understand that.
I never
get
actually
embarrassed.
read the books.
I love the movies,
but yeah,
big fan of the
movies. I know that's so cheap and everyone hates that. Oh, you're such a cop-out. You only watch the movies. But they're good movies, so you know
I'm a half fan. I love the movie, so I want to, maybe I'll read this one. Maybe I'll start here.
Yes.
You never know.
No, I found it hard to envision and like make up the castles and things, you know, when you're reading the book. But once you see the movies, I think
you put it all
we
together.
have the background, and now I'm ready to read this story.
There you go.
I'm excited. Well, moving on, changing gears a little bit. This is called a sand mandala. It's a Buddhist tradition involving the creation and later destruction of an intricate and detailed mural of colorful sand. 2 Tibetan monks visited campus recently to build one for the Elon community. The monks are resident teachers at a local Buddhist center in Raleigh.
The community was invited to watch as the mandala was built in Newman Lumen Pavilion and later deconstructed as part of the special ceremony. First-year student Emily Demayo Newton is a practicing Buddhist and expressed her gratitude for the event on campus.
I think it's really good that they're recognizing all different faiths and providing events for people who belong to those faiths, but also for people who maybe don't know much about them. It gives them an opportunity to learn about different religions and different people and culture.
Attendees could come take home some of the sand from the mandala to help them find peace during stressful times. To see a time-lapse video of the building of the mandala, visit us online at elonlocalnews.com. And don't go anywhere. Coming up, we have a live performance from up-and-coming Elon rapper Eli Pranava. We'll be right back.
From hip-hop to rap, Eli Pranava is breaking away from his original passion to pursue a new kind of expression. His first rap album, The Chronicle, is being released today. Thanks for joining us so much, Eli.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So what's the process like having your own album, your own EP out?
Well, it's crazy because this is a project I've been working on since like the beginning of the summer, and it's something that I've been wanting to do since I started, writing music, which was back in middle school. So it's been a long time coming. I'm just really happy that, it's finally coming out today. So.
Well, I really appreciate the title of the album. I like the name pun. I can really appreciate that. So what inspired the actual music on the album? We get what inspired the title, but what inspired the music?
Well, I wish I had a more specific answer, but it's just the stuff that runs through my head on a day-to-day basis. I think that there's a lot of variety on it. There's a lot of different beats that were produced or made by different people, so there's a wide range. But as far as inspiration, it's just every aspect of my life, my home life here at ELN, all that good stuff.
So you're gonna write a rap about this today?
Oh, please do. Feature us.
Interview, so
I would ask you a freestyle about us, but A, I'm not sure what that would sound like, and B, I won't put you on the spot. It's good.
And we saw your album artwork, which is very, very cool, and we're gonna see it
maybe
soon.
we'll see that.
So could you explain a little more about that? It's just really interesting.
So I have a cousin who goes to UNC Asheville. He's like an artist. He's an artsy type of guy. And I just went up to him and I was like, yo, I need cover art. And that's it. And so he has his own style where he just rolls clay into like cylindrical shapes and makes portraits with it. So he was able to make my album. And
very cool.
Very artsy family.
Yeah,
very cool.
Absolutely.
And your EP drops today, so we're going to put all the information on our website at elonlocalnews.com. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this ELN morning.
So make sure you check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and we're gonna have you play your song right now.
Yeah, so let's play us out. Thanks.
Let's do it. Yeah. Alright. Here we go. It's gotta be some of the realest. Let's do it. Alright. Home, missing at home, wishing my life away. I gotta hide away in my driveway whenever I'm sick of living, which ain't frequent but often. It makes me sick, I'm coughing when I had to relive what we did when I was burying that coffin. Now you can take that as a metaphor, which could be better for my brain. It can substitute, which I would love to do because it would help with all my pain. But it's tough and it's trying, seeing somebody dying while everybody is trying to make it seem okay. That's why I take flight, to make life something to hold on to, cope with what I've gone through, survive the day at ELN too. I put my words upon you, but the truth is it's my morphine. His story is a story that's not for me. It's boring, and my failed attempts to change it leave me stranded in limbo, trying to find a what I see through like a window, showing off to my boys like look how hard I can go, when the only time that I feel alive is when I'm riding this tempo. Yeah.
To come walking on like this, like
that was good. I liked it.
Yeah, we can try.
We can pretend. We like to pretend.
So that is on the EP that comes out today.
Absolutely.
Sounded great.
It's my first single that released last week. So.
Oh, nice.
So exciting. You're right on the trend and moving up.
I'm going to be your first download, I think. All right, so we have a little bit of time left. Would you play us out one more time?
Absolutely. I'd love to.
All right. Thanks for coming.
Thanks so much.
I'll slow it down a little bit. Stop. Let's skip the introduction, cause ever since you entered the room my brain's been losing function, as if I lost instructions on simply how to breathe. I do not know what's happening cause I normally speak with ease, but the feelings you're invoking got me choking on syllables, being so overcritical and so analytical of what to say to you with this new opportunity. This feeling is new to me. I really don't usually feel this type of way, but it's cause you looking so beautifully. I can see you and me doing things so fluidly, truthfully. When I imagine us, we're just on the couch with you under my arm as and we talking about ourselves and our past, our similarities and the ways we contrast, cause life is moving fast. I'm just trying to make it last. I hope I get the courage just to one day ask, remember how I got to know you? I could be your go-to. Told you I would be there for everything you go through. Said you don't believe me? Well, I'ma have to show you. Said you don't believe me? Well, I'ma have to show you.